Capricorns, this is for rising and sun for the month of July 2023. Welcome. I am so happy to have you here. I'm Shivani, and let's dive deep into it. And if you want to check out any of my work, check out the description if you're watching it on YouTube, or check out the links in my bio if you're watching it on my Instagram. And this is an important month for you because we actually begin this month with the full moon in your sign, which is Capricorn, your first house. And obviously it's kind of like a very big rebranding vibe. It's kind of like a very, very, very big changing your appearance kind of a vibe. Like, I had a Capricorn friend who actually did her bangs today. So this full moon is actually asking you to, it has actually got you into the space of, I want to like resurrect myself in the way I show up to the world, in the way I present myself to the world. So if you feel called to change your appearance, to do something great with your hair, to do a wardrobe makeover, go ahead fully. This is your time. You're shining like a full moon right now, okay, Capricorns? And I feel like this does not mean that things are easy for you or things have been easy for you. I feel like this resurrection energy, when we say the word resurrection, it means that there has been a death and a rebirth before that, right? So I feel like you guys have been in this death and this rebirth process for the last 6 months, ever since 2023 has began, right when we had the new moon in Capricorn in January. Makes sense right now? And so obviously it's like you have completed a beautiful cycle of this 6 months where you have rebirth and resurrected. So if right now this full moon gets into this energy of celebration, while a lot of other people really have difficulty in handling this structure, you're like, I know where I'm going, I know what I've built, right? And it really asks you to make certain choices, or maybe there are certain choices that you have made in the past and you want to change them. You want to leave behind some people or some relationships or some connections which no more resonate with you with this full moon, and that's okay too, okay? We have the Mars moving in Virgo on 10th of July, and for you guys that looks like an energy that you would actually be waiting for, because as I said, if this energy of resurrection is here, it's because you've been seeing a lot of energy of death, dying and rebirthing in the past few months, and specifically in the last 2 months. I think ever since you've had the Mars and the Venus in Leo, for you it's your 8th house, which is all about this energy of dying and rebirthing. So and it is obviously when Venus and Mars are there, so this is about your relationships, your intimate relationships. This is about how you view your relationships, specifically partnerships, romantic relationships, marriage, commitment, and also whatever closest relationships you've had. It's like been a time to really review and to see what's worked and what's not worked, but it's come with its own set of challenges, right? It's come with its own set of challenges, and it's caused a lot of, I feel like, shakeups, and probably for some of you in your physical life, probably for some of you in the way you just see things, the way you see your past relationships. You're like, what was I thinking? Because like when I say you're dying, it means that there are parts of you which have died. They just no more exist. And so when Mars moves in Virgo and moves into your 9th house, you would really be feeling called to really take up new hobbies, to take up new studies, or to probably teach in a very, I feel like it's a very confident energy, right? Ninth is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom, wealth, prosperity, but it's also about leadership. Jupiter is really strong energy. So I feel like when you are being assured in this Mars and Virgo energy, you're feeling this call to really put structures, to really like uh, explore new ideas, new philosophies, but also share them in a more, I feel like it's a very potent teacher vibe. But at the same time, I would also encourage you that if you feel like taking up a new form of study, and if you feel a call towards it, some of you would, some of you wouldn't, some of you would probably feel the call to create a new form of study, go ahead with this, okay? Master work would be really encouraging you to do what you do the best anyway, Capricorns, creating new structures. And then we have the Mercury moving into Leo. So whatever you've been processing for this while, right, in your 8th house about love and relationships, it kind of like gets a voice. The Mercury comes in the sign of Leo and gives you this voice which you just want to use really, like it's a big throat chakra activation. And as I say this, the Thread app is launched on Instagram today. I'm not like, it feels like I'm promoting them, but I'm just saying it's this energy of like sharing what you have gone through, or expressing what the lessons that you have gathered through this time in a more profound way, in a way which is like absolutely unapologetic, in a way which is absolutely fearless, in a way which is like calling spade a spade, So I feel like you are now in a space with the Mercury in Leo where you're like, I am just not afraid anymore, because I have really like faced the worst of my fears. And I just want to like really tell this person or whoever is coming into your life what I really want from, if you're single, then really being very clear about what you want from a relationship, what you want from a man, what you really expect from the masculine energy in your life. It's like really, and also what you are willing to bring into a commitment. And as I said, this has been an energy of like really looking at your relationships from a whole different perspective. So the way you now deal with your connections, and these could be professional and personal both, but I'm talking about the people who are closest to you in your intimate circle, you are being probably also very careful about your boundaries now. I think this is a message that has come before for you, and you're like, I know my non-negotiables. I know what does a commitment look like for me. I know what I'm bringing to the table. I feel like a lot of you are taking responsibility with this full moon in Capricorn. I feel like a lot of you are really committing to the things which really matter. And so you're not shy away. You're not afraid anymore about moving in the direction that you need to. Okay. Now, on 17 July, the new moon happens in Cancer. Okay. And that's this energy of planting new seeds with respect to whatever Cancer season has taught us, okay? And for you, this happens into your 7th house. So again, this energy of relationships, right? This new moon is asking you to really get very clear. You have got actually very clear about what you want, what are your non-negotiables, what does a commitment look like for you. And so this would be planting seeds either energetically, or if you have that situation in your life which is blooming, which is blossoming, where you're planting seeds of a new relationship, or if you're already in a relationship, then planting seeds of a recommitment, of a deeper connection, then this is really the time to really look back what you've learned in this Cancer season about what does your need, what is your what do you want, what nourishes you, what nurtures you, and really say it the way it is. As I said, the Mercury in Leo is really giving the voice to you. So just be careful that You honor the Cancerian energy of your intuition. You just don't get too swept away in logic, which sometimes the Capricorns can have a tendency to. But yes, this is the energy to speak your truth anyway. It's like you're just not afraid anymore, and I feel that's what creates the magic. That's what just creates so much magic, because you just are not afraid anymore. You're just like, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what it is. You want it, accept it. You don't want it, don't. That's just how it rolls for me, you know. And it's not easy. It's not easy for you guys. Just because you're a Capricorn, that doesn't mean that it's easy for you. It's difficult because I don't know why Earth signs really struggle with boundaries. Like, I thought you guys would be great at it, but I've really seen Capricorns really struggle with boundaries. And so, but this time around, you're like, I know what I want, and I have to say it because I know my value. I know what I bring to the table. Okay, I know who I really am at the core and what I deserve. 17 July, the same date, we have the lunar nodes shifting, and so from Taurus and Scorpio they move to Aries and Libra. So now, where before the destiny was striving you to take responsibility, to create more structures in your community, now you're being guided. The focus for the next 1.5 years is going to be on your home life. So I really feel this next phase is really about creating home. It's really a very enriching experience about creating a family. So if you're at a place where you're starting a family, this is really a beautiful time for you. If you are at a place where you would probably want to heal some stuff with your parents, that might come up for you. But if you have covered that story, then actually you would reap the rewards of that healing. Okay. See, for me, Six of Cups is always about inner child healing. So, but it's also about coming back home. Like, there's a big home energy in the air for you guys. So really work with it. Like, it's okay if work is not your number one priority right now. I feel like a lot of signs are going through this right now, and it's difficult for someone like a Capricorn to not have work as their priority, and I think it's been happening for quite a few months. So don't resist it. Please don't resist it. Flow with it. This is what nurtures you and nourishes you into being who you are, into giving the world what it gets from you. So when the universe is giving you an opportunity to create, to nourish you through the home, and whatever that may mean for you, please honor that. Okay. And also, I just feel like you guys are really in a space where you just don't give a fuck anymore. You guys really in a space where you are just so raw. You're just like, that's just who I am. I've been actually getting few videos where I actually watched a video yesterday where a celebrity, she was saying, there's something which happens when you turn 40. I genuinely don't care. I genuinely just, I have cried on all my birthdays, and when I turn 40, it's like, this feels so good. And I think that I've been seeing them multiples. For some of you, this may resonate, even if you're not 40, but actually I really feel this energy for you. I just don't care. So if you've been in the dating scenario, you just don't care anymore. In terms of not love, but in terms of how you're being perceived. If people like you or not like you, should you have this? I love that. I actually love that. Ooh. This home stuff is getting serious, okay? This family stuff, this whole situation is getting really serious for you. Four of Wands is the marriage card. Four of Wands is the union energy. Four of Wands is coming together, starting a family, party, gathering as well, wedding. But this Aries Libra knows it's really bringing something beautiful for you. It's also giving you a space to, I feel like this is also because we are in the Cancer season and you have been feeling that urge probably to think about family, to think about nourishment and nurturing, and that inner mother kind of like comes out in the Cancer season. And for you, it's really, really potent as this Aries Libra nodes shift happens on 17 July. We also have Chiron going retrograde on 23rd July for you. And you know, it's gonna be there retrograde for like 6 months. It's a great start. It's a great start to this energy because, yes, it's beautiful. Of this whole conversation around this, it's beautiful, but we all know that whenever a new chapter begins, there is initial resistance to it. So I feel like the Chiron going retrograde right at the beginning of this this shift in the lunar nodes, the shift in the nodes, is telling us that our wounds are okay, that we deserve what we want, we deserve what we desire, we deserve whatever is coming into our life, flowing into our life, irrespective of whatever wounds we have, whatever imperfections and flaws we have, whatever we've been through. The wounded healer, I've been just telling this over and over again in all readings, but I think I need to, because Chiron is the healer. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron did not let its wound take away its ability to heal and to share that healing with the world. It's the greatest healer of all times. So when it comes to you, I feel like, yes, there would be definitely some childhood wounds being triggered, because as always happens, see, if you're starting a new family, of course you'll be reminded of your family. Obviously, if you're laying foundations, so you're going to start having children, you're going to think back to when your parents had you, or about your own childhood. That is always the foundation, right? Or probably the situations that you saw around you. So I definitely feel like it can really remind you, it can be a very tender time for you, but at the same time, I feel like it's also permission slip to just own whatever is, and to not have it take away your power to create what you truly want. And I feel like right now in this season, I feel Capricorns really desire a home, a family, a safe space. If you're not in a space where you're wanting to start a family, then, while most of the Capricorns I know are, but I can understand it. People from all age groups watch me. It can be really about you wanting a home for yourself, like a real home. It could be you wanting to create a safe space for yourself in a home, you know, take it how it resonates. But yeah, don't think that when Chiron goes retrograde and your wounds start popping up, like, don't think that you don't deserve that or it's not for you. It is for you. I generally think that if the desire has been planted, it's for a reason. Of course, that's the reason why we have 12 houses in our chart. You can check out the Inner Child Healing. It's a 9-day course I created when I was doing my own Inner Child Healing journey. It's available inside the membership, where we have tons of other membership workshops and courses. So check that out. But yes, I feel at the end of the day, Capricorn, this is all about you coming back into your power. And I feel like it's a very beautiful message, because you guys might have had a tendency to feel like, my power is when I succeed. My power lies in me creating a legacy. My power lies in me becoming the strong girl boss woman. I know Capricorns have that thing very naturally, and you're so great at it. Thank you. But at the same time, this time is like kind of like teaching you the power of softness. With all these activations happening in your house of relationships and family and home, it's recognizing the power of building or leaving a legacy, even with what you offer in your relationships or in your personal life. I feel that's beautiful, and that's something which we forget often. It's not to say that your work doesn't matter, it's not to say that your success doesn't matter, but it's to say that this also matters, and this is what sets a very strong foundation for your success. And if you ever look at the astrology chart, the fourth house is at the bottom, it's called the IC, and the 10th house, which is the all about the career and the recognition, which is the Capricorn house, it's the 10th. It's at the top, the midheaven, it's the peak, and this is the foundation. And the reason it's on the opposite end is to tell us that how high and how much deeply recognized and successful you are does rely a lot on what your foundations are, how safe you feel here. I feel like the universe is giving you a clean slate to repair your relationship that you've probably had with your kids, with your family, with your parents, with your childhood, with your inner child. But at the end of the day, this is an opportunity to actually reclaim the throne. Like, don't think you're being thrown off the throne. This is also a way to sit on the throne and to actually enjoy the abundance that you've created. Okay? Queen of Wands. I love that. Yeah? So, Capricorns, that's for you guys today. Did I leave something? I have a feeling. No. Oh, Venus stones retrograde, but I feel like we've covered that. It is an important transit which happens on 22nd July, which will again get you, I think you're already doing it, you're already reviewing and reassessing your relationships and recommitments. So that's just like an enhanced energy which gets in and all the way till September. I just feel like this next few months are really about you getting really honest about your relationships, about your foundations. But again, I think at the core, this is about Capricorns changing their minds about success. This is about you changing the way you view success. So enjoy this time. I feel this is really sweet. This is really beautiful. And I feel like the hardworking Capricorns have been praying, needing, desiring this deep on a core, on a deep level. So you have it here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you want to know more about my one-on-one consultations, if you want to order your customized guidebooks, all the links are there. This is a new offering in customized guidebooks for your, you can order it for your astrology or for your human design. I created written customized reports specially for your energetics. And rest, it's a nice coffee table item. Of course, it's your choice to print it or to just keep it in your phone for easy access. But yes, I really love decoding people's energetics, as you can already see. It gives me so much joy to be a reminder for your true energy that we can just forget in this world of conditioning, in this world of shoulds. So I hope you really felt a sense of liberation in this reading as well. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you next month. See you.